welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video I'm going to be doing a first impressions full face one brand of the brand Col-lab. Now this is a new product that just launched in Sally Beauty. This is a collaboration between Sally Beauty and a bunch of YouTubers actually, and I found out about this from Coffee Break with Danny. She is one of the collaborators or influencers who worked with Sally Beauty to come up with this line of beauty products. Now it is a full line. I did not buy everything. There are some things that I did not purchase, and there are some things that I purchased here that at first blush I'm not real sure of that I bought the right thing, because I bought this off the website and some of them didn't quite turn out like I expected them to. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the Fundamental Smoothing Primer. I am not primed yet, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Okay, so this is a cream primer. It does have a color to it. It is just a skin tone primer. See what the website says about this primer, because they had multiple primers, and I went with the smoothing primer. I thought that it said that this was pore minimizing, but I'm not seeing much going on with my pores being minimized. So let's see what the website says. Okay, so they have a color correcting primer, hydrating primer, and I went with the smoothing primer. It did have 5 stars on the website. This is $12.99. And for this it says all about the base, smooth skin for easy makeup application. The Fundamental Smoothing Primer's ultra smooth formula glides on seamlessly to create a perfect canvas for flawless makeup application. So it's not a pore filling primer. It's just a smoothing primer. So okay. Next, we're going to go on to the foundation. I did get the Col-lab Meet Your Matte Velvet Foundation. There were multiple different foundations that you could have chosen from, or that you could choose from. Okay, so they've got the Velvet Matte, they've got the Radiant Foundation, they have a Skin Tint, and then they have a highlighting liquid, I suppose, that you could mix in with your foundation. I went with the Velvet Foundation, or Velvet Matte Foundation, and let's see what this one says. This has a 4.8 stars with 13 reviews. And I'm going to shake it up a while. And this says it's medium to full coverage, soft focus matte finish, blurs imperfections, velvety smooth, highly pigmented formula blends effortlessly to create a soft focus effect on the skin that's perfectly matte, never flat. Blurs the look of imperfections for a flawless airbrushed appearance, medium to full coverage with a modern matte finish. So that's what the description says. It does have a pump. I'm going to go ahead and pump out some foundation onto my hand. Oh, there it goes. Not much comes out in each pump. It's a very shallow pump. So this is in the color Porcelain, which I think is the lightest color. I'm gonna see there. There it is. It looks like Porcelain and Ivory. One of the biggest problems that I had is that the website really doesn't give much of a description of the colors. So this does, I mean, it's called Porcelain. There is an Ivory color, but this looked like it was more red tone than the other one, and now on my skin it's looking very yellow. That's probably my biggest complaint with this when I was buying everything online, is that there really was no description of the colors, and that would have been very helpful. I think this really does actually pretty good coverage wise. I'm not sure that the color is quite right. I feel like it's a little bit too yellow for me, but maybe not. It might just be the lighting in here. It actually looks a little bit more dewy than I expected for something called a Velvet Matte. Like right in here in my cheek and like my forehead, I feel like it's still really dewy, like really shiny. maybe that'll dry down a little bit. It's a little bit sticky, not super sticky. I'm gonna go ahead with the powder. This is the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder in the color Porcelain Ivory. Now these do have colors on them. This is not a translucent powder. It does have a little puff inside. And then a little tab that's keeping the powder in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off. And I'm gonna take a powder brush. Oh, I like that powder. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, hopefully the camera's going to pick that up. If you look on this cheek and then look on this cheek, I feel like it really blurred out a lot of my pores all right in here versus like on this side where it's not powdered yet. I'm really, that's actually really good. I'm actually really liking that. I'm going to go ahead in with my concealer. I do have the Porcelain. This is the No Flaws Liquid Concealer. I'm going to go ahead in with this on my under eyes just a little bit. I'm afraid this might be a little bit too light. It does have a doe foot applicator on here. I'm going to just put, but not a lot comes out when you take it out of the tube. So I'm not real sure about this here. Okay. I think I'm just going to stop with the under eyes. This I'm not real sure about. I feel like I got no coverage on that concealer at all. I'm just putting a little bit of powder on. So far, I think the foundation's okay. I don't think it's quite my color. I don't know, you guys tell me. I very much struggle with the correct color on my foundation. I always think it looks yellow. So the foundation's okay. Some of it's color, but online it's very, very difficult to figure out the colors because there's no descriptions. The concealer I feel like gave me almost no actual coverage. Like, I don't often have blue under my eyes, but when I do, like today, I feel like I've got a little bit of blue. I don't feel like that gave me much coverage at all. The powder I'm actually really liking. I feel like it's really, really blurring my pores, like on my cheeks. I feel like it's done a really good job. Like that foundation really seemed to settle in some of my pores, and I really feel like the powder saved it. I feel like the powder really sort of blurred out some of the pores. Now, some of my scarring down here, there's not much you can do about that. I mean, I have very deep acne scars from when I was a teenager, so that's okay. All right, I'm gonna keep going with my face. I'm gonna go ahead in with the bronzer. This is the Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer. This is the fairest shade. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Oh, this is very powdery. This is very powdery. That got very messy. That's fine. Okay. Not real sure about the bronzer, or the bronzer. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just feel like this foundation is very yellow. Okay, the next one is blush. This is the Soft Spot Sheer Blush in Chatty. I ended up getting this color. I thought it was lighter online. Primarily what I was doing was looking for something without shimmer in it. And this one is probably the only one that they had that was matte. So I'm gonna go in with this brush here. Get some on my brush. This one is not nearly as powdery as the bronzer was. Definitely darker than I wanted. I'm gonna have to lighten that up a lot. This is very pigmented. Let's see if I can lighten it up a little bit for this side. Yeah, that's definitely pigmented. I'm gonna use my sponge to try to lighten that up a little bit. Because I look like I got punched. I don't know, what do you think? Definitely pigmented. Definitely pigmented. So, that's alright. I feel almost like that brought my pores back out though. Like whereas the powder really blurred my pores, I feel like when I put this on, like right in here, I don't know if the camera's gonna show you, but like right in here, I feel like my pores really came back out again. Let's use some more powder. Let's see what the powder does, if the powder helps out. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not real sure about that. The blush was very pigmented. Very pigmented. All right, and then the highlighter I got here is the Filter Highlighting Powder in Glow for the Gold. This is one that I really struggled with the colors. I think there were 3 highlighters and they looked identical online. They looked very, very, very similar online. This one's very powdery as well. I don't know if you can see all in there. Like it's really like all over the place. And I'm not sure this is gonna do anything for me. And I'm not really using a highlighter brush, which probably isn't helping me very much. I'm using a duo fiber brush. Okay, I can see it. And it looks like the camera is picking that up as well. So I can definitely see it. But this one's very powdery as well. Okay, so that's more of a subtly highlight. I don't feel like it's like boom in your face like some highlighters are. I actually like that. It's very powdery. You can see that it is very powdery. But I actually do like that. I do like that actually. It's pretty. I think that's pretty. Yeah. Moving on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put some eye primer on. This is not coming out. All right. So this is just a white cream. Let's see. It definitely doesn't cover any of the blue. I definitely have blue on my lids, and this is not covering any of the blue. So we'll see how it works. This is very thick. All right. It definitely didn't cover the blue, but it's okay. I mean, I don't know. It's very, very thick. Like the tube is stuck in where I pinched it. So that's kind of weird. All right, we're gonna go into my palette. This is the Palette Pro eyeshadow palette, Best of the Day. These are the reds. And we're gonna go ahead and make a look with this. So I'm gonna go in with the matte cream color here just to set my eyeshadow primer. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead in with the tan color here. I don't think these, it just has numbers. It just has numbers. So this is number 4. I'm gonna go ahead and put that all in my crease. This is a little powdery, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty good, a bit of kickback. You can see that it's coming out. We'll see how it works. Okay, we're gonna go into, I think we're gonna go into the reds. I'm gonna go in with the cranberry color here on the bottom, and I'm gonna pack that on my lid. Okay, That actually is a little bit powdery as well, but it was pretty pigmented, so I'm not upset with that at all. Not upset with that at all. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead in with another brush here, and I'm gonna go in with the golden color right here, the number 2, I think it is. And I'm gonna actually put that like on top of the red color, because this is a shimmer. I think this might be the only shimmer. Again, very powdery. And it totally disappeared from my brush. Let's try that again. Let's show you. I'm gonna show you. So that's how much is on my brush, and it's gone. All right, I'm not gonna tap off my brush because I don't want to lose everything that's on my brush right now. And all that's just gonna do, it looks like, is just gonna a little bit of shimmer to the red. It's actually lightening it up a little bit. Okay. So if you get these, don't pat off your brush. All right, I'm gonna go with the matte brown here at number 7, it looks like, the matte brown. And I'm gonna work that into the outer V of my eye. Again, very, very powdery. Let's see if that one at least stays on the brush. I don't know, guys, what do you think? I'm having a really hard time with that brown color blending. I don't know. I'm going to go in with a little pencil brush here, and I'm going to just put a little bit of the brown on the outer corner of the lower lash line. And then I go into the cranberry color and put it on the inside. I think I'm done. I don't know if you can see all the powder. I got it very powdery on the inside. Yeah. I'm done with that. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on. I've got the Extreme Black Insane Length Mascara. Go ahead and put this on. Oh! Was not expecting that. Here's the wand. It's wee little. Let's see. Okay, I wasn't real sure about that after showing you the wand, but if you look at my 2 eyelashes, my 2 eyes, you can see that my lower lashes look crazy better than this side. Now, some of that is my eyelashes tend to be blonde. I mean, they are there, but they're a light brown blonde color, so you can't really see them very well without mascara. But that wand didn't really impress me, but I think that the mascara itself actually is really nice. I'm not upset with that. If you just look between this eye and this eye that doesn't have it on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. All right. I got an eyeliner here, but to my chagrin, somehow I ended up with white. I'm going to go ahead and use this on my lid just so I can tell you what it feels like. I'm going to put it on my waterline. I'm going to stop right there. On the waterline, this works actually really well. I tried to put it on my lid, like right in here. And I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up on the camera, but pretty much it just smeared around my eyeshadow and really didn't leave much of anything on my eye. So if you're looking for like a waterline, and maybe the other colors work better than the white one does, but waterline, it went on very creamy, very smooth, no problem whatsoever. But that did not work on right in here. On my eyelid. So I'm just going to stop right there. It just really didn't go on very well. Okay. I think the only other product I have is the lipstick. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you out a little bit and let's talk about these products. All right, let's talk about these products. The lipstick I like. This is the Satin Finish Full Body Lipstick in the color Curl Please. It's just a nude. I like it. I don't have a problem with this at all. This is actually all right. The powder, I really like the powder. I feel like it blurred out my pores extremely well, more so than some of my higher end powders. So this I liked a lot. This is probably my favorite product in the entire kit. The powder is very, very good. So I'm very happy with the powder. The highlighter, I really like the highlighter. I don't think it's like blinding highlight, but I think it is a very nice, subtle highlight. Now, it's not like super subtle. It's not the most subtle highlight I own, but if like in certain lights, you can definitely see it. Like I can definitely see it right now in here, but also looking straight on, I don't feel like it's way overpowering just looking straight on either. So I do really like the highlight. Can't remember how much that was. All right, so this was $12.99. The powder was $14.99, and that came in multiple colors. And the lipstick was $10.99. So the lipstick was $10.99. I don't feel like the lipstick was that bad. I do like lipstick, I like the powder, and I like the highlighter. Those are probably my three favorite products. Oh, I'm sorry, and the mascara. I actually really like this mascara. And this mascara was $12.99. This was good. All right, let's talk about the other products. The eye primer and the face primer, I didn't feel like they were like amazing. I don't think you necessarily need to have those if you already have a eye primer and a face primer that you like. I don't think those are worth it. The blush was super pigmented. This was not very powdery, and my biggest problem with this was that I couldn't really see the different colors on the website to know what color I was exactly getting. So this was much darker than I had definitely wanted, but I wanted a matte blush, and I don't think they had a lot of matte blushes. So the bronzer, this was Powder City. I mean, it's everywhere. I don't know if you can see that. It's like all over the pan. It's actually all over the lid, and I don't know if that's going to show up because of it being clear. It's along the sides of the container. It's like all along the side of the packaging here. This was just very powdery. I would say a no to this, especially if you have a bronzer that you like. That is a no. And it's still getting, it's all over. The concealer, I don't feel like it concealed very well. Now they did have another concealer, a pot concealer, which I did not get. This, I just don't feel like it did really that much. So if you have another concealer that you like, you don't really need this either. The foundation is okay. I actually think the powder helped the foundation a lot. It's not bad. I mean, it's a drugstore foundation. I think it's $14.99. Yeah, it's $14.99, so it's not a bad foundation. If you want to try it for a drugstore foundation, I don't think this is necessarily a bad product to try. I do think it says it's velvet matte, but I don't feel like it was super matte, so it's not bad. The eyeliner I would pass on. That leaves me with the eyeshadow palette. Alright, so one final. Take or leave products are the primers and the blush. The eyeliner I would not recommend. I would not recommend the bronzer, and I would not recommend the concealer. The foundation, I would say again, is probably another take or leave. I should have kept it in with the take or leave pile. It's not bad. For $14.99, I don't think it's a bad product. I think it did okay on my skin. I think it did better than some other drugstore foundations that I've tried. So it's not a bad product, absolutely. But I don't know that it's necessarily 100% matte. And my biggest complaint with this was that you couldn't tell what the shades were on the website. The ones that I would definitely recommend trying out if you're interested in the Col-lab products, the mascara. Now they did have a couple ones. This one is the High Rise Insane Length Mascara. I did really like the mascara. I think it looks really good on my eyelashes. The lipstick is pretty good. If you're in search of a lipstick and this color speaks to you, go ahead and give it a try. I really like the highlighter. I think this actually looks really nice on. And the finishing powder, the loose setting powder, I think is really nice. I actually really like that setting powder. Now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. I had a really hard time blending some of these. Some of these are very powdery. Again, it's almost like the same formula as the bronzing powder. I did blow this off, but you can see I still have powder on here. There's some powder on the side. There's some powder on this side. There's some powder on the lid. It was just very, and like it's on this side. I mean, wiping on this side of the thing, you can see that it's like on my finger. Now some of that's when I tapped off my brush. For some reason when I tapped these, there it is. You can see it all got on this tissue here. When I tapped off my brush, I mean, it just, the one shimmery shade, it literally just fell off the brush. Like the brush couldn't hold it. Now these are new brushes for me, but some of them are the Wet n Wild brushes I had in my haul the other day. But they worked with some products, just not with other products. So I'm not sure what was going on with that. Some eyeshadows, like it worked with some of the eyeshadows, but not some of the other eyeshadows. So do I think this palette's pretty? Yes. It's $14.99. Do I think it's worth $14.99? Probably not, because I think I could get other drugstore products that aren't as powdery, that work better than this one does. So, yeah. Anyway, that is my first impression of the Col-lab line. I'm gonna actually grab John and see what he thinks of this look real quick, so just hang on 1 second.
Oh my goodness, this must be a glam look.
Not really.
Are you short?
Yep.
You are short?
I am short.
Alright, let's see it.
Alright, here we go.
I don't know if I'm in the...
What do you think?
Oh. It's just sort of pinky.
Mm-hmm.
And brown.
A little bit of brown, yes. I had trouble getting the brown to blend in.
I see that. Well, I don't see that, but... It looks like it's blended in. Can you shut your eyes? I mean... Your look's interesting. I mean, your eye looks interesting.
My eye looks interesting?
Yeah. And that, and the pinky brownie stuff.
Okay.
And then I guess it goes to gray.
No.
Oh, it's just more darker brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you line your lips?
I did not. Just use lipstick.
Okay. Got a little highlight going on.
I do.
I don't see as much contour. You must have either blended it out or did a good job with blending there. Nothing really special on the inner eye. Foundation's fairly good in that it's not heavy, but it's not like, it doesn't seem like cakey.
Okay.
It's not cracking any spots where I look to see it. It's doing a good job of coverage.
Okay.
I mean your pinkish highlights are showing through a little bit, so that's why I would say the pink highlights in your face.
Some of that is the blush that I used. The blush was very pigmented and it was darker than I expected. This is actually the blush color. And it was very pigmented, and I did not expect it to be that pigmented.
It was pigmented.
It was pigmented.
Pigmented.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So, girl, what do you think of the look?
It's not bad. I mean, it's an everyday look.
Okay.
I mean, I think it probably took a lot of work for you on the eyelids. I don't say, when I say everyday look, it is a look that you would do to make yourself look like it's an everyday look.
Okay.
I imagine that it took a lot of work.
This eyeshadow palette was quite a bit of struggle. I had a lot of powder, and it was not easy to use.
I'm sorry.
Some eyeshadows that I have are very easy to use.
Yeah.
This one was not.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Like, but you didn't. I mean, you could have done something a little probably with your brows that would have made it.
I didn't do anything with my eyebrows.
I know, but like.
I hate doing things with my eyebrows.
I know, but You didn't wear. I mean, I don't. I mean, I may just be missing it, but you don't look like you put on. If you put on mascara, it's not a very dark one.
I did put on mascara, and I actually really like this mascara. Believe it or not, I think it did a pretty good job. Actually, it's not a volumizing mascara. It's a lengthening mascara. So I feel like it made it. I do feel like, especially like my lower lashes, I feel like it made my lower lashes look longer than they normally do.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, to me, it's a very light color.
Now, I will say this. The price of the mascara was like $14, $14.99, $15, something like that. Okay. I think I have lower priced drugstore mascaras that I feel are better than this.
Oh, okay.
I think this is a good mascara. When I put it on, I actually put it on one eye and then the other one, and I could tell a major difference between my eyes.
Oh, okay.
But I do have drugstore mascaras that are cheaper than this that are better. I have high-end mascaras that are way better. Then again, I do have some high-end mascaras that are worse too. Right. So.
No doubt.
I actually have that in my pile of I would buys.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
$15 I guess ain't bad.
No, it's not. Most drugstore mascaras are somewhere around $10 to $15 that I've found. So.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, like I said,
usually probably closer to 10. The higher ends start around 20.
You know me. I'm always looking for the outrageous, glamorous look when I come up here. So
no glamour look today.
No glamour look. I'll be honest with you. It's not that I'm sad or anything, but it's one of those things where it's easy for me to say, this looks like an everyday look. Okay. And but that being said, I want you to realize I know how long this took you to do. So, God bless you.
Okay. Alright, if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell to be notified when I do upload new videos. And what are your thoughts on this brand? Have you tried it out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Are there products that I didn't try that I should try? And I don't know. I might actually return some of these products even though I've used them. Some of them were that bad. Some of them were that bad. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time on Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!